Hey everyone, Reed here, back with another tutorial. I'm going to be going through how to run a deep research project and benefits of it, trade-offs, things like that. So you'll start it the same as any other sourcing project. You can click New Search or the New Search button in the sidebar. And you can just click Deep Research from this toggle here in the bottom left. What this will do is present you with some new sample job descriptions. Let's use this AI researcher one. So as you can see, it's a more specific profile for sure. It's looking for someone to validate novel LLM techniques. Let's add something even more precise. Let's say has experience with publishing research about voice models. So we're going to be looking for a profile which is a pretty specific AI researcher profile. You wouldn't really be able to find this in many other places, especially without specific skills you're looking for. So Copilot is going to ask a few more questions here since it's trying to get the most information it can about our profile. Let's say any state, location doesn't matter. And it'll be trying to generate a research plan to look for each candidate and how to evaluate them. Let's see what it has to say here. Minimum amount of professional experience you consider essential. Let's say 8+ years is fine. PhD preferred for the senior AI research. Okay, and then this will ask us what we want actual insights on for the research plan. Let's say I care more about their GitHub contributions, research papers published, citations, maybe real world voice model usage by LLMs. Things that would normally be very difficult to dig for, especially if you don't have someone's GitHub or things like that. PhD is not a strict requirement. So it looks like we're almost at a research plan. You can also toggle off follow-ups and preferences if you want this to be a lot quicker. Let's say nothing else, please. Just run the search. Seems like we have a good enough research plan for it to find some great candidates for our search. So should be able to do this. Okay, so now it's finding some matches. It's going to be the same process initially as the other one. It's going to be fetching the candidates, fetches a larger pool in the back end, then looks through each of their work experiences and specific times at companies to figure out which candidate is best for the role or which experience matches this most tightly. It'll be evaluating and ranking their work history. In deep research, it does present a pool of 100 candidates instead of the initial 200 that the normal searching does. This is just so it's more calibrated and so that you can give your sign off on the 100 profiles. The evaluations are also a bit slower once it comes up with the candidates because it's going to be actually doing a bit of research on each candidate, finding sources for any of their contributions, things like that. So you can see here, the evaluations have started. We have a pool of 100 candidates. And as mentioned, it's taking a bit longer than the other one. You'll notice that there isn't the same criteria that we have as that on that other platform. Because we're not looking for the same, like, meets this criteria. It's doing a holistic representation of the candidate's work experience. So you can see here for each candidate, we have this research insights panel with 10 sources. It gives an overall recommendation on this candidate. It'll give a summary of the findings. So voice model research, applied scientist position at Amazon Alexa, some peer-reviewed papers, 250 of them in this case, production-grade ML pipelines, wow. Then key findings, so LLMs, RAG, and audio signal processing at Amazon. Publication record, 20 papers in his award. For this candidate, it's got to be something similar. Let's see here. Novel LLM techniques, whisper speech model, LLM nerve integration. So as you can see, it's finding very, very specific profiles that would normally be extremely difficult to find on any other platform and citing specific findings on why it's ranking them this highly. It also shows sources for each role. So, his GitHub, you can click it and it'll take you to it. This is his portfolio website, it looks like. Resume, things like that, publications. Any articles that they've been mentioned in, things like Stanford EDU. This is probably a research paper or his Stanford profile. So as you can see, it's reviewing a lot of different sources, culminating them into these answers for you, and then citing them so you can quickly analyze them. And it's done about 50 of them. We have a ton of 100% matches, so the candidates here are generally spot on. A few on the tail end might be 90, 80%. But yeah, I'd say it has all the same functionalities where you can ask it to fetch more candidates, maybe adjust the criteria a bit or search for a different profile. But yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend trying out the deep research. It's our current spotlight feature as shown in the sidebar, and it's one we've seen a lot of people have success with finding super technical roles. So I would love to hear what you think. And in the next tutorial, I'll see you then. Bye.